We'll start with the problem. There are 3 prisoners in a dungeon, and they're given a chance to earn their freedom. Gatekeeper offers freedom to the first prisoner that can pass a small test. The prisoners are placed in a room all facing each other. He then brings in a box containing 3 black dots and 2 yellow dots. At random, he places a dot on each prisoner's forehead without the prisoner being able to determine their own color. The remaining dots are removed from the room before any prisoner can see what's left in the box. The first prisoner to tell the gatekeeper their own color is set free, but they cannot guess. They must explain with logic how they know. Both the first and second prisoner are unable to determine their color, but the third prisoner is able to determine his color. How? Well, there is a big assumption that we have to make here. We have to make the assumption that all 3 prisoners are perfect logicians and that they will not miss a logical step that allows them to determine their color. So we'll start with all the possibilities that can be included. If there were an unlimited amount of black and yellow dots, there would be 8 possibilities. But since there are only 2 yellow dots, possibility 8 here can be excluded. So now we're given a clue. Prisoner 1, when he looks at prisoner 2 and prisoner 3, is unable to determine his color. That tells us one thing. It tells us a step can be included or a possibility can be excluded. Possibility 4, where prisoner 2 and prisoner 3 have yellow dots on their head, can be excluded because if prisoner 1 saw prisoner 2 and prisoner 3 with yellow dots on their forehead, he could logically conclude that his color was black, but he could not conclude his color, so this step has to be excluded. Similar process happens with prisoner 2. When he looks at prisoner 3 and prisoner 1, he's unable to determine his color. So that means a couple things. First, as in the step prior, he can exclude the step where the other prisoner's dots were both yellow. So possibility 6, where prisoner 1 and prisoner 3's dots both were yellow, can be excluded because if they were yellow, he would know that his color was black logically. But there is another step that's a little less obvious. So we have to step back kind of to the beginning. So when prisoner 2 begins his thought process, he knows one thing already. He already knows that both himself and prisoner 3 cannot have a yellow dot on their foreheads, because if so, prisoner 1 would have guessed their color, but he could not. So if he looks at prisoner 3 and sees that prisoner 3 has a yellow dot, he knows logically that he must have a black dot. But again, prisoner 2 could not determine his color. That means one thing. It means that possibility 2 can be excluded and that prisoner 3's color is black. The only cases remaining are the possibilities where prisoner 3 has a black color.